Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and in this video I'm going to be sharing something quite special with all of you, and it is a prediction for the end of the year. Now again, 2020 has been shared through myself and Adronis' perspective as the year of exposure, and since January, that's all that's been happening, has been constant exposure, non-stop exposure. And of course, the heart of this entire year has been based upon the greatest psychological operation in modern history, COVID-19. So, what I wanted to share with all of you in this video is a prediction. Not only is it a prediction, it's also an affirmation that you can join me with. And as you join me with this affirmation, this is letting you know that what we have been through in 2020 does not need to rear its head again as well. The prediction before the end of the year will be that the signs of social distancing will be taken down, that the stickers upon the sidewalks about where to stand will be taken down, that those who absolutely in no way wish to wear facial underwear upon themselves will be able to take those off. That the idea of a greater exposure relating to this entire psychological operation will fade away before the end of the year. So the affirmation simply is, I choose to live in a world completely free of any psychological operations, including the COVID-19 psyop, where there will be no social distancing, where there will be no stickers on the ground, where there will be no mandatory need for facial underwear or facial diapers. For all of that will fade away before 2020 ends. All right? So that's my prediction. That's my prediction before the end of this year, and that is also my affirmation, which means that more of you who also hold that affirmation stronger in your heart create an acceleration where this prediction can come a lot quicker, or again, just meet the deadline before the end of the year. I have also talked that December 21st, 2020 is a very large culmination point. It is the point of no return. And of course, I've talked about the point of no return. These are where the branches are going to be extending, where everybody is now going to start choosing their own path of momentum, which means no one will have an identical path after December 21st, 2020. Everybody will walk their own path. Everybody will board their own train. Everybody will direct themselves to the reality that they prefer within that moment. Those who are very much on fear and dependability on government are going to create that olive branch and are going to ride that out for quite some time. And the ability to change the direction that you're going in that moment will be improbable. Not impossible, but improbable. All right? It's like trying to jump from a high-speed train onto another train, which is not the easiest thing to do. So again, I'm not interested in talking to people who don't get what I'm saying. If you don't get what I'm saying, this video is not for you, right? This is for people who have done their inner work, because it's really too late now. It's too late to try and teach all of these things to people that are just very, very close-minded and who only want to look at the materialistic and mortal side of life, right? Those people are on an entirely different path from those who are on an awoken path, for those who are on an open path, a realized path, a God path. And it's those people that are following open paths, that are following a God path, a realized path that I'm working with. So again, this is where we're about to board trains and we're about to branch off into our own respective realities. And it's just going to continue to build more and more momentum within the years to come. So, like I've said before in other analogies, is that it's like a roller coaster. You can either have your hands up in the air celebrating this time, or you can be trying to push out that bar saying, get me off, get me off, get me off, for the love of God, get me off. All right. And there could also be the person in the middle who's just simply riding the roller coaster and has absolutely no impression or expression on their face whatsoever. It just is. That's the middle path. Nonetheless, when you're on that roller coaster, it's going to get downhill. It's going to hit the downhill slope. And that's exactly where we're going as we reach the end of the year, because we are moving into a lighter time, right? And it's a great time. But 2021 is the year of transition, which means there's going to be a lot of weeds that are going to be pulled out of the garden. A lot of these nasty, tar-like weeds that are going to be pulled out by its roots. And it's going to be a very intense time. For those who have already done their inner work, this will be a breeze. For those who have not done their inner work, who are relying so much on the material and the physical and the mortal world, you're going to have a challenging time. It's not to say that there's no hope for you, but the whole idea is that as you learn, things are going to get very, very intense, right? As you continue to progress yourself, you're going to be dealing with a lot of debris that is looking to be peeled off. And that debris has wanted to be peeled off for quite some time. So this is not, again, meant to scare anybody who says, oh, Brad, I haven't done my inner work, but I'm open to change. Well, if you're open to change, then you're good. If you're open to change, that's all you have to do. I'm not saying you need to become Buddha or Jesus, but you are opening yourself up. You're saying, yes, I'm open to changing myself. I'm opening to changing my ways. I'm opening to moving more into a harmonious life and working together with others. Then you're good. You're already where you need to be, right? This is for this is mostly for the people that, again, just want to be rallied, just want to be directed, right? It becomes the cattle effect, becomes the herd of sheep in that way, relating to government, relating to politics, relating to mainstream media. Those people are going to have the hardest time, right? There have been dividing lines that have been occurring, especially within the past decade. These dividing lines, these drawing lines in the sand and saying, we're over here, we're here, we're over here. People are putting those dividing lines on. So again, it's people who, again, want to be controlled, want to have somebody to look after their entire life, that is going to have the most difficult time jumping from one train to another. Like I said, it's not impossible, but it's improbable. There are those who have already done their inner work, who's already open to change, who's open-minded and seeing things shift. You guys are fine. You're good, right? But again, we still have some time before then, and it's really kind of like the 11th hour. So we're still here to help people, to be compassionate to people, even when that time comes and the branches are unfolding. Still give love, still give compassion, because there will be those people that will be able to move past the improbable and come into a much lighter time. And that's exactly what's happening, is the density of our planet is actually shifting a lot lighter. It's going to be like a sub-dimensional shift, not a trans-dimensional, not a full-dimensional shift, but a sub-dimensional shift that's going to lift things up a lot lighter. And things are just going to be a lot more intense, right? But they won't be intense for the open-minded. For the closed-minded, oh yeah, very intense, because they're still not willing to change. If you are willing to change, you'll be fine, right? Even if you've been stubborn for a while, but now you're starting to even inch in just a little bit of that change, you'll be fine. If you're open to any kind of change, no matter how small, you'll be fine, okay? This is just a message that I have received from Spirit to share with all of you guys, also relating to the prediction and the affirmation of the end of this particular psyop of psyops, that is COVID-19, coming to an end before the end of the year, and with your own intentions behind the affirmation of ending it, it could come a lot quicker. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care.